So with more of the brands launching a titanium 3-wood as an option, I'm going to put 3 of the big boys up against each other in this video. We've got the TaylorMade Stealth2 Plus, we've got the new Mizuno STG, and then the Ping G430 LST. Low spin, long distance, let's see which one comes out on top. So we're just going to do things a little bit different in this particular video to find out which one is best. Bit of a marking system, so 1 to 5 I'm going to mark these golf clubs. So 5 being excellent, 1 being poor. We've got 4 different categories. We've got the looks, we've then got the sound and the feel, we've then got the technology involved in these golf clubs, and then we've got performance itself. We're then going to have an overall winner, so basically the one with the most points is going to be my winner out of these 3 in this particular test. We're going to kick things off with the TaylorMade, so the Stealth2 Plus, very, very popular option. We've got a bit to sort of talk about with this particular club, but going straight into that first category of instincts of looks, this is a nice looking golf club. Obviously we've got that gloss top there, black face, does sit very nice. It probably just sits a little bit toed in for my liking personally, but very nice sort of shaped head down by that golf ball. Let's get this first one hit with the Stealth2 Plus. So these are all 3 woods, they're all at 15 degrees. Oh, it's a good strike to kick things off. Bullet straight, ball flight. Very forward flight, looks to be. And some good ball speed straight away. 160 with 3 wood, that's a good ball speed. Now, just to be clear with the TaylorMade, and we're going to talk a little bit about this, but we've obviously got a lot of adjustability in the sole of the club. So this 50 gram weight that is movable forwards and backwards. I've moved this as far forward as I can. I want to maybe see which is the longest hitting golf club out there. So I'm going to put them in the more strongest options that I can do through the technology that's available in these clubs. Again, great strike, beautiful ball flight. Yeah, nice shot there again. Again, 161, just short of a ball speed, really good. Getting out at 270. I'm just hitting all these off a very, very small tee, just so you know. Going back to initial looks, let's give this a rating. So I would probably say that's probably going to be a good 3 out of 5 for me as a rating of the looks. Nice shaped head, as I say, just sits a little bit toed in. Yes, we've got some adjustability in that neck sleeve to maybe open that up again, but I'm going to have to change the loft to do so. So if I want to play that at 15 degrees, it's just sitting a tiny bit toed in for my liking. Ooh, a little bit cutty on that one. Good strike again. So let's mark that second category now, the sound and the feel off that club face. For me, this sounds fantastic. It's that dull sort of sound there, which I really sort of like, which gives it a really sort of good solid feel to it off that club face. So I'm going to give the sound and feel rating a 4 out of 5. Oh, that's a great shot. That's a really good strike. Super ball flight. That does sound great. Feels really good. Move that a little bit quicker with that club head speed, so a touch more ball speed there. Good launch. Spin maybe. It's not bad to be fair, that spin, but it couldn't carry that 260, carry getting at 272. Even though I've got that weight for, and this takes into this category of technology now that TaylorMade are offering this, there's a lot happening. We've got twist face, we've got the speed pocket, we've got the adjustable neck sleeve there, and of course we've got this 50 gram weight in the bottom, all titanium head as we know, but the 50 gram weight is movable, and that's maybe the big difference from this to the other options. They don't have that movable weight in there. They have weight in there, but it doesn't move. So maybe you could have an argument a little bit more adjustability to fine-tune a launch and a spin against the other two. So I would say technology-wise, this is a good 5 out of 5. There's a lot happening in this. There's a lot of tools maybe for a fitter or for you as a golfer to really dial in that launch and spin where you'd like it. Okay, that's a touch low in the face. It's in play. Down that fairway. It won't be the longest that spin will creep up there a little bit more, 4,000, just loses a little bit of distance. It's in play, it's a nice accurate golf shot. And the other thing I just really want to maybe just touch on is the price of these clubs. So as I'm shooting this video at the moment, the Stealth2 Plus 3-wood titanium is going to come in at £379. Now, the final category of performance, we're going to leave to the end of this video when I've hit all of these 3 clubs. So moving now over into the Ping LST, so low spin technology is obviously what that stands for. Now, this is a club that Ping aren't really sort of pushing in a way. It's there maybe a little bit more of a niche product, and the price point is quite different. So we just said the TaylorMade's coming at £379. The Ping 3-wood titanium is going to come in at £499. It's pretty much driver price, but for a 3-wood. That's probably obviously going to put a lot of people off as a price point. But let's go back into our categories here. So initial looks of this down by the golf ball. Again, nice looking shape. I like the matte black there. The face is quite a rounded face, sits incredibly square, but it does look quite a rounded sort of club face to this. So sometimes in my eyes there, it feels like you're going to hit the toe, you're going to leave it off to the right or vice versa. So just as initial looks, I'm going to probably give that again probably a 3 out of 5 in terms of the look down by the golf ball. Okay, touch in the heel. That's just cut a little bit of that right hand side. Seems to come out pretty quick off the club face for that slight heely strike. Yeah, so spin's going to go up a little bit there, so it's not a bad miss hit in a way. That was a little bit of a cutty one. That was a better strike. Definitely a little forward moving ball flight there, a little bit lower on the flight touch, lower on the launch. Spin a little bit lower, so that's getting out 277. Decent ball speed again. That was a better strike. That's flown a little bit higher on the ball flight there because of that slightly better contact. It's been quite similar, a little bit more carry, 260 getting out 275. So the sound and the feel. This is a bit of a different one for Ping because we know maybe Pings are on that louder bracket and it is a little bit loud, that for me. It's a bit of that tinnier sort of contact, that sound. Having said that, the feel off it feels very solid off the club face. Definitely when you see the ball, it does look like it's really going forward there. So it sounds quite explosive in a way. Now, again, the sound and the feel are personal things and whether that feels too loud, but in comparison to the TaylorMade, that does sound a little bit louder. Does it put me off? I'm not a lover of it, but it's probably something you probably get used to. Marking wise for that, I think for the sound and the feel off the club face, I'm going to mark that a 3 out of 5. Oh, that was a good strike. That was a good strike. It is pretty loud, that, to be fair, but that was a good ball flight. That looked to be getting out there very nicely. 261 carry 275, very good again. Technology wise in the Ping, we've got again quite a bit happening. We've got titanium body, we've got a titanium face, we've got the carbon on the top, flip the club over and we've got some extra weight. So we've got a weight at the back that we see in the standard G430, but we've then got an extra bit of stainless steel weight in the bottom of the golf club. Not adjustable though, it's in a fixed position. We've got neck sleeve which we can dial in at that lie angle, face angle and also the loft, which we do see in the other one. So technology involved in this is probably a good 4 out of 5 for me in terms of what's available. Oh, that's a good strike. Nice one to finish up on there with the Ping G430. Good ball speed. Again, getting out at around that 270 mark. So finally moving into the Mizuno, so the new STG. Just recently done the review of this, only just launched. I was pretty impressed with this. This gave us some good sort of ball speed, some good distance. So new offering from Mizuno in this fairway category. Never done a titanium 3-wood before. Straight into that marking of the looks, and this for me straight out 5 out of 5. It looks stunning. The beautiful rounded shape. It's very clean on the top, just the logo, black face. It sits incredibly square to me as I look down. Just a great looking club in my eyes. So full marks on that front. Oh, that's a nice opener. Straight away there. Sound of that very, very sort of muted, very sort of solid off that feel. Yeah, it does feel very, very solid off that club face. Really good sound to that. So I think, you know, as we're going to mark that in terms of the sound and the feel off that, that is right up there with probably the best feeling golf club in there. I'm going to give that full marks 5 out of 5. I can't not do. For me, the sound is just right on where it wants to be for my liking. Not loud, solid, muted. It feels really good and solid off that club face. It feels pretty quick as well. Beautiful ball flight. Really nice ball flight that. Wasn't the perfect of strikes, to be fair. That was slightly low toe, but that was a better shot, so 273. So flipping this into the technology side of things and what is offering here from Mizuno in this particular head. So we've got an all titanium head, as we know. We've got adjustable neck sleeve again, so we can dial down lie, loft, face angle, so some good adjustability here, as we've seen with the other two clubs, to be honest. Moving over into the sole of the golf club, we've got this Cortex chamber, which is obviously a groove out the front, helps a little bit of flexing. We see a little bit of that in the TaylorMade club with that speed pocket. This has now got a little bit of weight in there. So again, just a 4 gram weight, I think it is, 3 or 4 gram in there as then you put this sort of rubber substance in there, so touching a bit more weight in the front of the head. Then got an 8-gram screw, as you can see, which is fixed, and then we've got this silver sole plate here, stainless steel sole plate, coming in at 80 grams, so a ton of weight in the bottom and pushing forward in this club, again trying to get that spin low, that ball speed up for that little bit of distance. So good offering of technology in there, again titanium face as we know. So technology wise, I'm probably going to give that a 3 out of 5 in terms of what's being offered in there. Ooh, that's a good strike. Love that ball flight. Great feel, great sound to that, as I say. Getting pretty decent ball speed around that 160 area. Getting up just short of that 270 mark. So one more within Mizuno, and then we'll go and have a decide and mark out in terms of the performance between those 3 clubs. Little bit of left to right on that. Very controllable shot. Okay, so there's 5 shots hit with each of these clubs. I've given marks up to now. We're going to look at the performance and compare them. Dispersion rings to start off with. So clear winner there with the dispersion rings was the Mizuno with the blue. They're much more tighter on the multiple of shots we've hit. And then looking at the averages on those numbers in between those 3 golf clubs, so we can see club head speed pretty identical there. Mizuno was a little bit quicker there, didn't feel that. Ball speed wise, again, pretty identical. So you might expect the Mizuno to be a little bit more ball speed as an average because of that slight more club head speed. We're not really sort of seeing that on that batch of shots. Launch angle quite similar. TaylorMade just launched a touch higher. Spin numbers in and around that very, very similar sort of area. And carry distances there, you can see not a great deal in it. With Mizuno just coming up a touch short with that slightly higher sort of spin in comparison to the others. Okay, so I'm going to mark those clubs. On terms of that performance, it's pretty tight there, isn't it? I think the Mizuno is probably going to come in at, like, in that batch of testing there, 3.5 out of 5. With the TaylorMade and the Ping probably coming in at a joint 4 out of 5. Okay, so let's take a look at who has won. So coming into 3rd place first with 14 out of 20 points is the Ping G430 LST. And in 2nd place, just losing out by half a point, is the TaylorMade Stealth2 Plus with 16 out of 20. And the winner with 16.5 out of 20 for me in that test is the Mizuno STG.